Rise and Energize Her Morning Show is brought to you by Mogul TV Global Network, the number one streaming TV network for positive programming in the Mid Atlantic. To learn how you can energize your business and brand with media, visit www.themogulchannel.com. Calling all authors. Take your book beyond the book launch. Amplify your reach, boost your sales, and become the author everyone is talking about. We are celebrating phenomenal authors throughout the month of November 2024. So what are you waiting for? Unleash your book's power by scanning the QR code or going to the site on your screen. One.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Affirmative Action. No, not affirmative action that is equal to reverse discrimination, but affirmative, heavy on the affirm and action, where we will be highlighting those in the community who are taking great strides and great steps to help our community both in legal and non-legal realms. I am Carleeka Basnight, and today we're going to be talking about and highlighting a young lady by the name of Janae Anderson. Ms. Anderson is an immigration attorney in the Hampton Roads area. Her office is located in Newport News, Virginia. We are highlighting Ms. Anderson today because she has just become the president of the Peninsula Bar Association. The Peninsula Bar Association is an association that was created for African Americans way back many years ago when African American attorneys really were not accepted in the legal community. Ms. Anderson has created a great agenda, new ideas, and new programs to help revitalize the Peninsula Bar Association, as well as help us engage the community, teaching them their rights, teaching them how to engage with the legal system, as well as the justice system. We have ideas and plans to join Jazz for Justice. We will also be doing a Know Your Rights series, as well as coming back into the schools, hosting or partnering with the schools to do rule of law, and even So You're 18. So congratulations to Ms. Janae Anderson, who is now the new president of the Peninsula Bar Association. Also, let me just give you a few words of wisdom. Today is Wednesday. It is the middle of the week. The week is not over, but we're halfway there. So whatever was going on Monday and Tuesday, just know that you got through it. And whatever is to come Thursday and Friday, you will get through that too. So just stay focused, do whatever you need to do to stay grounded, to stay rehearsed, to stay refreshed, and make the rest of your week count. Thank you for joining me on Affirmative Action.
Welcome to Girl, Get Up and Wash Your Face. Today, we are talking about something that touches so many of us, healing from trauma. But instead of focusing on the pain, we're diving into the good news, the victories, the progress, and the hope that comes with healing. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dana Watson, aka Dr. Dana, aka Coach Dana W. And I am all about turning your pain into your purpose, using your pain as your secret weapon, because we are no longer being victims to our pain. So I want you to know that trauma does not define you. I want to talk to you about reframing that narrative, writing your story. As an author, I help others to be able to tell their stories from pain to purpose, but most of all, being able to tell those stories of victory. Trauma is a part of our story, but it's not the whole story. Our past pain is a part of us, but it doesn't define who we are or what our future holds. I always leave that in God's hand because God is the one who created us, right? The pain, the struggles, the challenges we face, it helps make us and shape us, and it gives us that aspect of the journey that we're on, but it's not our entire story. It's so easy to let trauma or those difficult experiences weigh us down and make us feel like we're stuck in those moments. Trust me, I have been there, but we are far more than the hardships we've endured. When we go through those painful experiences, it's natural to feel like they've left us in this permanent mark, shaping our identity in ways that we really cannot even explain. And we didn't choose it, but unfortunately, it is a part of our story. But with that story comes strength, resiliency, and the ability to rise above those challenges, and it's true markers of who we really are. So, as we shout out today that our pain does not define who we are, let us believe that our future is in God's hand and that He will make a way for us. Remember that there is power in resilience. And what does that mean? That means that we can bounce back from anything, that we have the strength to be able to endure. So I want to talk really about why do we want to celebrate those wins? Because progress matters. Even small victories on the healing journey are significant. So I've done some research that I want to share with you all. There are some researchers, Teresa Mamale and Stephen Kramer, and they found that people who experience a boost in emotions, motivation, and perceptions of capability, when they recognize even the smallest steps towards a goal, that they are truly able to walk in higher levels of happiness and productivity. So what does that mean? Regularly acknowledging your progress, no matter how small, it creates a sense of purpose and it increases overall well-being. So acknowledge your progress, no matter how small it may be. It's a powerful tool for improving your emotional well-being. It's going to help to shift that focus from what's lacking to what you've achieved. Celebrate the small wins. Train your mind to see the growth and the potential in every single step that you take. So, girl, get up and wash your face and thank God that you get another chance to rise, reclaim, and renew your strength.
Welcome to Healthy Chats. It's your girl, Carleeka Basnight-Menendez. Yes, all of that. And today we're talking about one of my favorite topics in the world. Well, at least one of them. Menopause. And so you may be thinking like, girl, menopause, why are you talking about that? We don't talk about that. Shh, sis, let me tell you, we do. And I'm excited that I've been blessed and I have the opportunity to travel around the world and speak to women and organizations about menopause. Now, menopause is not a disease. It is a transition. And your transition and your journey may not be the same. But one thing for sure, I can guarantee every woman will get there. Now, whether that's medically, surgically, or naturally, you will get there. Whether you have one symptom, no symptoms, or 15 symptoms, you will get there. And so let's hop on in and dive into this conversation. Now, you all know I'm going to let you in my business just a little bit. I started this journey some years ago. And a lot of times, so many people are like, menopause, you look too young. Thank you. However, I had a total hysterectomy at the age of 30. You all, the surgery that almost killed me, but it changed my life forever. And I was thrown into menopause. I remember leaving the doctor's office with 2 pamphlets. What? So yes, I could read and all of the things, but when things started happening, I didn't have any support. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know who to turn to. I was just like, is this a secret society of let's not talk about menopause? Are we banned from talking about menopause? What is going on? And so you may be wondering, like, why did you have a hysterectomy, total hysterectomy at the age of 30? I'm going to tell you, hold on one moment, right? But I was dealing with endometriosis, which was undiagnosed for years. I was in pain. I would be crying. I was going back and forth to the doctor's office, paying all these co-pays and fees and all of the things, but leaving with no answers, leaving more confused than when I walked in, knowing that I was in pain. However, I was even told that it was in my head. I was even told that I was too young, right? And God had already blessed me with 3 amazing children. And though I didn't want any more children, they still was like, you're too young. So I couldn't make a decision for myself because they pretty much wasn't letting me, right? Or at least that's how I felt, that it's my body, but I can't make a decision on, but I can keep coming back to you, paying these fees and leaving with no answers. And so after I had the hysterectomy, life started changing for me. Right? So I didn't go through perimenopause. And that's the median age for perimenopause is 51. And that is the natural way for going through menopause. And perimenopause can last up to 10 to 12 years. And you'll start seeing different changes in your hormones, in your menstrual cycle, and different things, your mood, potentially, possibly. Everyone's menopausal journey is different. And so for me, surgically, I went in, had the surgery, and literally I was thrown into menopause. And so I remember having my first hot flash, standing in the middle of my living room floor, and I felt like someone had turned on the oven, heaters, blow dryers, any source of heat, and pointed it all to my direction. And I was like, oh my God. I literally felt like I was radiating from my feet to the top of my head. And I started sweating profusely as if I had just ran a 10K. And your girl is not a runner or a track star. So that was not it for me, right? That was not it. But I was like, what is going on? All I remember, the doctor kept telling me, now this is going to put you into menopause. This is going to put you into menopause, like a broken record. But she still really didn't explain in depth what that would look like. She gave a few symptoms and sent me on my way once again with those 2 pamphlets. And so, more so, I've started feeling grief. Even though I didn't want any more children, I was grieving the loss of my reproductive system. Right? You might think, but you didn't want any more children. But it was still a sense of grief. So sometimes our grief is not just the loss of a loved one. Grief could be the loss of your reproductive system. Grief could be someone who's dealing with diabetes and they had to get a toe amputated. Grief could be becoming an empty nester, right? All your kids are grown and everyone's moved out. Grief could be a divorce. Grief could be not being able to bear a child naturally. Grief can be a loss in finances, a loss of a home. So grief can come in different ways. So for me, I was grieving the loss of my reproductive system, feeling like, am I still woman enough? I just want that to sink in. Because how many times have we asked ourselves, am I qualified for this? Am I good enough? Am I woman enough? What is life going to look like? One thing I can tell you is that I am empowered. I am still birthing, right? I can't have any children naturally, but I'm still birthing. I am confident. I feel sexy, right? I start having some weight gain, and I had never had any weight gain a day in my life because I couldn't get skinny enough. And maybe we'll discuss that one day as well, that Black girls do have eating disorders, because I was one of them. I was one of those Black girls. couldn't get skinny enough. But today we're talking about menopause. More so to say, let's have the conversation. It's not a disease. It's a transition. And I'm sure you can think back in your life how many transitions you've had. You've maybe went from single to married, married to divorce, one child or no children to 2 or 3, from one job to another job or career, right? From the bottom to the top, whatever that may look like. But we have to have the conversations, because I don't want another woman to feel like I felt. No support, no community. And this transition is empowering. I look at it as a spiritual awakening as well. You become more aware of yourself. You become more aware of who God has called you to be. You become more aware, and then you want to do some things differently, right? Even with your health and your well-being, mentally, physically, emotionally, relationally. You sometimes develop more of a I don't care kind of attitude, right? And so look, whatever your journey and your menopausal journey may look like, there's support. You're going through an amazing transition. There are resources, and there's help for you. Seek the help that you need. Get the help that you need. Don't be ashamed of aging, and definitely don't allow any medical professional to tell you that it is simply in your head. Get a second opinion if you need to. Ask questions, right? Don't be silent in the doctor's office. It's about having a conversation. And the main thing too, girl, you more than the doctor is. So go in with your notes. Go in with your data. Go in with your little journal book or whatever you need to write on, or type it in your phone, so that you all can have an informed conversation about your health. Remember, elevate your health and you will elevate your life.